Join WorkSpring today. As a WorkSpring member, you'll gain exclusive access to invaluable resources, on-demand support, discounted training, events, and HR solutions, plus so much more. Your yearly dues are based on the size of your employee base and the type of organization. So reach out to Russ Wozniak, the Member Experience Director at WorkSpring, at 419-390-4527 or russ.wozniak@workspring.org with any questions you may have. Not quite sure what solution you need? Connect with an HR consultant at WorkSpring today. Learn more at workspring.org. We're back with another episode of the 419. Thanks to our sponsors, Wetro Wealth Management and WorkSpring, for their continued support of the 419. And, again, I'm always excited that Gretchen, both you and Matt, decided to come back for another episode.
I'm excited to be here.
It's fine.
Sounds like it.
That's like, it's fine.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to be here. Are we allowed to ask about how your new heart ticker's doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Feeling good?
I mean,
I hope this is timely since these are delayed.
That's right. Yeah, this is at the time that this actually airs.
She'll be dead.
That was my joke.
You said that already?
Yeah.
Man.
Damn it.
No. I'm going to be around for a long time.
You
now.
are.
Good.
Absolutely.
I appreciate community's been fantastic.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, Danny, my wife, is just incredible in the strength and.
Well, she's a saint in general.
It's the whole time that I am on the verge of being terrified and scared and sad and all these things, I just look at her and she's like just strong.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
And I don't know how she does it, but I am.
And she's beautiful and funny.
I tell people, I tell people, if you don't think I'm good at sales, spend 15 minutes with my wife, and you'll know I'm great.
Did
at
you have a
sales.
black folder with a sticker on it?
You know what? The sticker would have done it. They would have done it. Yep. But no, so it's an inside joke.
I always tell him about these black folders I have for our presentation, like our sales presentation.
Yeah.
And
She thinks that.
hilarious.
Wait a minute, you guys been going to meetings without me?
Yeah, actually, we invite you to all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you for
In our
asking. Doing great.
Yeah. We love you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So happy it went well.
Yeah, we long before obviously this marginally defined thing called the show. We've been friends. The community that rallies around you was one that you made. So remember that is a pat on your back as much as it is you thanking them.
Very
Well, thank
exciting.
you. All right, so Gretchen.
All right, so this is my guest.
It is your guest.
This person is a fan of the show.
Oh.
Well, we know it's not Gretchen's mom.
No, it's not my mom.
That's right.
It's this person is a man.
Nights 97.
Night 97. Come on over. Just a reminder, Night 97 is our soul review.
No. We literally, it's Nights 97, and is it Ray or Roy Jackson, whatever, the guy from The Blade that said, "At least I'm not Sam Meldon."
Oh yeah.
Those are like we're just making friends.
I'll tell you what, in terms of taglines, I do think that we should change the show's tagline to, "Hey, we're not Sam Meldon."
Yeah. No, I think we should quote our reviews in our ads that said,
Yeah.
viewers have said, at least
That's
it's not.
right.
This was one of my
at
favorite.
least it's not Sam Meldon.
When Trevor Dieter had his restaurant downtown, one of my favorite things they did is they posted. They had a sandwich board sign out front that they would chalk the negative Yelp reviews.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
That
awesome.
was like, no vegan options. No, it's like it's a barbecue place. Like, what are you? It's Deets.
Ever heard of jackfruit?
I think my favorite of this this concept is the National Park and Recreation Association, or National Parks, I should say, started making signs of their negative Yelp reviews.
Yes.
That too many bugs.
Yeah.
Or
They
the
have
Grand
the
Canyon
best-
was overrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have
If
the
you're
best.
about to say that they have the best park.
No, they have the good social media.
Yeah, but not the
pages.
best.
Not the best.
Yeah, thanks.
Second best park system in the country.
That's right.
Is the National Park
Yeah,
System.
the Metro Parks. Yeah.
Metro Parks the
I'm
number
the one
one.
that posts all that negative shit about it. Yeah. Too
He's on
hilly.
Yelp
Oh, my goodness.
constantly.
All right.
So many usernames.
All right, Gretchen,
But
let's do your.
Speaking of excellent social media pages, nice segue, Matt. You didn't even know. This
Is somebody who owns a Segway?
This person is
That'd be so
responsible.
great. Okay.
3 years running. 3 years running. For the Best of Toledo Best social media page.
I
All right.
think I know who this is.
I don't.
This person is a lieutenant.
Okay.
This person is a member of the Lucas County Sheriff's Department. It's Bobby Chromik.
Yeah, so I don't know him. I'm
Welcome.
just a
Come
huge
on out.
fan.
Come on out.
Come on out. Come on out. Do you guys know each other? Matt, you know Kevin?
Cat, how are you? It's good to see you again.
Sit right here. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Now, for those of you that don't follow the Lucas County Sheriff's Department social media page, you need to immediately get your phones out and do it. Okay. How long ago did you take over the page?
2018.
Okay. So pre-COVID-ish. Well,
Ish.
well before COVID. But it's...
Okay, hang on a second. So
Yeah,
you took
go
it over
ahead.
2018. Has it been this funny the whole time?
No.
Or did I just catch up? Okay.
It's evolved.
Yeah. No, it's always been hilarious.
Yeah, it's been so funny. I made it funnier.
Yeah.
I just started getting recognition for
I
it.
just read it in. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's like, that happens,
Yeah,
right? Where it's
sure.
like, no, I've been telling jokes
These
like
two
this for
chowderheads,
7
They
years.
always do this. You and I have never met.
Correct.
Yeah.
So at the risk of other people being out there who don't know you.
Yeah, let's start at the very beginning.
Maybe Gretchen can introduce you.
This is Lieutenant
Yeah.
Bobby Chromik.
Yep.
Captain.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I
Congratulations.
already
You
messed
just
up.
promoted.
I just got promoted.
Moment
Do you know
ago.
that? I thought Lieutenant was
That's
higher.
okay. That's
Is-
okay.
Yeah.
I thought
So the way-
Lieutenant was higher.
I did. Is General
the-
lower? Whatever.
Unfriend her.
Yeah.
So
Done and done.
Bobby
Wouldn't
and
be
I
the
have
first
known
time a
each
sheriff's
other
office has
for
blocked
those-
her.
I got her Wi-Fi for Christ's sake.
She did. He did. For those of you that don't know, I am an attorney. I do mostly criminal defense work. So I'm at the Lucas County Jail 4 days a week,
Yeah.
weekends, nights, and in the last several years.
How many of those are you
And these are
working?
not
Yeah.
me in custody. I'm visiting my clients.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Sure.
She's there a lot.
Yeah.
I'm there
oh,
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of opportunity to both send Capt and Chromik annoying emails, requests,
Sure.
tattle on people, follow up, ask
Yeah.
questions, find
Yeah.
out what's happening with people, whatever. There's all kinds of issues that come up.
Sure.
But he is my
And
person.
that's not even our employees. Those are the inmates.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
He is my person.
Yeah.
No, it's not ever. Rarely, if ever, is it actually his job.
Yeah.
But I just happen to have his email address.
Yeah.
So
You
he's
You should
that.
definitely put this out in the public
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
That
He's
rarely
that
does
guy.
he do his job.
To me,
Correct.
to me, he's that guy in the Lucas County Sheriff's Department. And so the reason that he is that guy in part is because he always responds and always solves the problem or gets you to the right person. And I don't think he's just doing that for me. I think he does it for a variety of people.
I bet.
But I'd like to think it's just
It's a
for
nice
me.
paycheck.
Yeah.
So I want to. So I mean, I do want to like at some point like back up a little bit and
Yes.
figure out how we got here. But I'm curious, like, what is the purpose of, like, at its core, the sheriff's office social media account, and then what was the moment that you decided to do that in a non-conventional way?
And even broader than that, let's start with the
Nope, just
goal
those
and the
two.
purpose of the sheriff's department, because I think a lot of people don't understand the interaction between the sheriff's department, the jail, and other municipal police
Yeah,
departments.
they don't understand
also
what the
like
sheriff's
you to-
office is.
Can you also explain to me?
Christ. Yeah.
Would you write those all down, please?
Can you
Yeah.
also talk to me about where the American Heart Association fits into all of this?
Right.
Yeah.
And your
Well-
ideas about third world debt.
No. So all right. So
How do you feel
so-
about racism?
So what is the? So we're gonna ignore that Gretchen exists,
Holy cow.
and then so
As most
what's
Y
the-
chromosomes have.
Wait, is that a man?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah.
well, that might be your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a man?
Yeah. Doesn't
not a
matter to me
great way
anymore. Yeah.
It's not a great way to start a date.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a man?
Is that a date?
Okay. All right. So back to Captain Chromik. So
Okay.
purpose of the social media account, and then what was that
You can
moment
leave now
that
if you
you?
want. You can leave
Question,
now.
just
if
let
you
him finish the
Okay,
question.
I
Let him
thought she
answer.
said I could meme now. I'm like, oh, I don't have my stuff with me.
Yeah.
So the social media account kind of just fell in my lap. We were locked out of the account when Sheriff Navarre took over, and people were like, well, how do we get in this account? And for some unknown reason, I was able to get into the account. I still don't know how I did it. And then we were just doing very basic wanted posters, have you seen these people, just random things. And then we got snow one day, and Dave from Mommy, God bless his heart, I don't know where he's at right now.
He's our
but-
next guest.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's a sponsor of the show.
He's probably still looking out his window the day that him and I met. So social media, we issued a level 1 snow advisory because the snow was coming.
And that's the sheriff's responsibility.
It is his responsibility to tell people the road conditions, not to keep them home from work.
Right, right.
The adult snow day, as we referred to it. So Dave from Mommy was really upset that we issued a level 1 because it was not snowing in Mommy. And I kind of may have told Dave in a roundabout way via the Lucas County Sheriff's Office that his backyard view is a little smaller than our view of Lucas County as a whole.
All right.
So it kind of went from there. Started adding a couple little more goofy images.
Did Dave respond? Favorably,
The
I'm sure.
commissioner's office did to the sheriff. They called him almost immediately and thought the Facebook had been hacked because my responses were politely snarky.
Sure. Yeah.
Because people were demanding that we jump to certain levels and
Yeah.
cancel school and cancel work. And one girl asked, why are we posting this? Where's the snow? So I gave her a snowflake, and it went from there. The sheriff called me. He had just taken over, and I thought, oh, well, this is it. I'm fired from social media.
Yeah.
And he said, people love it.
Yeah.
Elected officials who will remain unnamed absolutely adore it and keep doing it. So from that point on,
Cool.
here we sit today.
And I think, outside looking in, like you wouldn't think that Chief Navarre has a sense of humor.
He has an amazing sense
He
of
does.
humor.
I say like I've got a chance to know him.
Yeah.
He really does. But like outside looking in, I mean, he's very polished, and I don't know if people would expect him to call you and go, "This is great. Keep it up. I like the jokes."
I was surprised at his reaction.
Sure.
He's got a very dry sense of humor, so sometimes you don't know when he's joking.
Sure.
But for the most part, he's been very supportive. And
Captain Chromik got fired 3 years ago, and he just hasn't figured it out.
they still don't know I'm doing the social
He
media.
doesn't know Captain is really low on the list. And Gretchen just intimated, like,
They're trying to lock him out of the account,
yeah.
but they can't.
Yeah, that's Captain Crunch the cereal.
Yes.
So I know we'll come back to talk more about this, but talk to me. Where'd you grow up? What was childhood like? How did you become the?
Let me put my
makes me
reading glasses
smarter.
on to answer this question.
I grew up in Springfield Township, graduated from Springfield High School, went to UT, and then I got hired to work at the sheriff's office after I graduated, and I've been there ever since.
Would you describe yourself as an inspirational storyteller? Oh, that was quite a lot.
That was the short version?
Yeah, boy, really. Yeah.
all the personality on social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Would it
This
be
guy's
better
hilarious.
if we
Yeah,
gave you
you-
a computer for this
Yeah,
interview?
so I could use Chat GPT to answer these questions.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I love Lucas County.
Same.
I just do.
Same.
This is, when you're growing up here, you think, oh, I'm going to move. I went to New York City and I was enamored by that. I grew up in Florida every summer since I was a kid. So I was like, I'm going to move to Florida. But the older you get, the more you work in the community and you meet the people that are doing great
totally agree,
things,
man.
like right here, good things. You appreciate where you live. This place has a lot going for it. And it's just not mud hens, and it's just not the walleye. It's the mom and pop shops that have now, made a stake in this area. And we're growing. I think everybody's growing from Maumee to Monclova to downtown Toledo, and I think that's a huge plus for us. Look at that. I could sell that.
See, there you go.
Well done.
Getting another award.
Tell me about.
When did you know this is that you wanted to work for the sheriff's department? Like, how did that?
So I grew up because my dad was a homicide detective at the
Oh,
sheriff's office
okay.
till 1981, and then he got involved in some pretty serious issues with a shooting. He was shot at. My mom had kind of had enough.
Yeah.
He
And she was not the one shooting at him.
No, she was not. She
Turns out.
wanted to.
Yeah, sure,
Many
yeah.
times. My mom was the clerk of Sylvania Court for 36 years.
I did not know that.
Surprise.
Yeah, so this is
Bonnie.
Yeah.
this is your
Bonita.
blood. This is
This is what I grew
civil
up
services.
in.
Yeah.
But it takes a strange twist. So my dad was offered a job by the owner of Foodtown, Wally Iatt, and he said, I will pay you 3 times your salary that you make a year. Well, any smart cop would say, absolutely. So my dad left and became involved in corporate security. So my sister decided she was going to go work at Meijer. So we had Foodtown and Meijer in our family, and then I went to work at Kroger. So we had all the grocery chains.
Crushed it. Yeah, that's right. The
Get a
trifecta.
discount,
Spies.
employee
Yeah.
discount
Yeah.
wherever you
That's
Yeah.
want.
right.
But my dad believed that you shouldn't work with a family member. So
Yeah.
just nepotism. My mom was
Yeah.
the same way. Even though as a kid I would shred paper up at Sylvania Court, I thought that was an interesting thing to do for my mom. And I later found out that everybody on community service did that. So I guess that was an early sign. But no, I got into it because that's what I grew up in.
Yeah.
So I had a very non-sheltered childhood.
Yeah.
And when
sounds like-
people first go in working for the sheriff's department, they're working at the jail, right? That's
Correct.
when you're first
That's
starting.
Sheriff Taub at the time, everybody started in the jail. And it's still continues to be like that today. I think that's probably the most important part. There's a stigma with the jail.
I love it.
It's the people in our community, and whether they've made a right or wrong choice, 90% of those people are in there temporarily. And we do have some repeat customers. But then there's truly the people that need to be in there.
Yeah.
And we never see them again because they're shipped off somewhere.
Sure.
But people have the ability to change. And I have seen where people don't grow up in a structured environment and they come in the jail and they are very polite, courteous, and they do very well. And the minute they get out and they are, if they're around people that are making bad choices or using drugs, or I'm sounding like a DARE poster, but these are things that they are
DARE posters have
by.
no sound.
Correct.
So that's the upside to this.
Right.
Yeah, this is way better than that.
Right. But it's a very interesting concept to learn about the people in your community, because these are people you walk by every day. These are people that are working with you or serving you. And there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of trauma that people deal with, and I know it sounds very liberal to some people, but the jail is a huge missed opportunity in Lucas County, because it could be something more than just a place to hold people.
Yeah.
And we're starting to slowly move in that direction.
It just
that's
hit
well
me.
said.
It just hit me that, I mean, you spend every day, you spend more time with folks in the jail than you do with, great people like Gretchen. And yet you love Lucas County, right? I mean, nice. On one hand, you're spending time with the worst of Lucas County, and I put that in quotes.
Yeah.
That doesn't translate on a podcast, but
there are different neighborhoods, obviously, and it's just a melting pot of people that you're learning about everybody. So there are people that do it the right way, and there are people that do it the wrong way. And I'm one of the people that I could walk through the Franklin Park Mall and people are going to high five me and say hi to me. Not everybody likes me, but that's okay.
That's true at this table.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it you, Gretchen?
Yeah.
It's me.
We tell you at the end.
So, are you adjusting me, Kevin? I shouldn't say it like that. We might get into other subjects.
I'm not adjusting you. I'm adjusting your microphone.
We're going to need you to go to HR after.
Yeah.
Regrettably, Kevin's also in charge of HR.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go talk to the employee assistance therapist.
Right.
So I think it's one of the best opportunities for any new employee, because they're going to learn how to talk to people.
Yeah.
And it's a process.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're learning a different verbiage too in that jail. Language, I should say.
The art of talking to people comes from your dad, comes from your mom, comes from your siblings. You love people clearly. That is just something that was ingrained in your household, something that you learned to be resilient. Tell me about that.
So I this is odd you asked me this, because I was thinking about my dad earlier today.
Yeah. Is he still with us?
No, he went on a long vacation.
Okay.
That's how he referred to it. My dad he had a very aggressive form of pancreatic cancer.
Sorry.
They diagnosed him in August and said, you won't see Halloween. And my dad's like, I have different plans. I have a 40th wedding anniversary in May, and my dad made it a year to the day.
Oh my goodness.
And he shouldn't have. But that was the best year with my dad.
Yeah.
And I think my mom will agree. It was just a good time. He made his transition fun, and that's the only way I can put it. But thank you.
Thank you.
So I was thinking about him today. So I think I got his charisma and his joking.
Yeah.
Maybe his sarcasm. I got my mom's smarts, so I'm glad it wasn't reversed. My dad was a smart guy, but my mom's super smart.
I get it.
So I guess that's kind of what I inherited, watching them grow up. I mean, my parents really played off each other real well.
Brothers and sisters?
I have a sister that lives in Columbus, and she is an assignment commissioner at a courthouse in Circleville, and my brother-in-law is a state highway patrolman.
Yeah. Do you know there's other jobs out there as a family? Yeah.
What's your deal with the law?
I know, right?
Yeah.
You went from discounts at every grocery store in town to now, you can't get a ticket anywhere in the Midwest.
I think my brother-in-law would write me a ticket. I tell him he makes left turns all day, but he actually he's pretty higher up in the state highway patrol, so he's actually like
Gretchen said, because she's very familiar with the org chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a lieutenant also?
Yeah.
He actually is a lieutenant.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you for appeasing.
So you outrank him.
It's the only.
I do.
In a different organization, but
I
still.
do. I do.
Still.
So.
That's the only word Gretchen. Yeah. Is he also a lieutenant? Yep.
Yes.
Does your email say lieutenant or captain?
It's my
Your
email.
sign off on your email.
I don't know. I don't look at my sign off.
Oh,
Yeah, why
I
would
should
you?
say
man.
award winner. I'm just kidding. Sorry. No, I thought about putting it on there. I know it bothers some people.
That'd be the reason to do it.
Yeah, I'll say what the
Award
bottom
winner.
say.
What are your
Award winner.
what are your pronouns? Award winner.
Award winner.
Sorry.
Gretchen's going to change her email signature
Totally.
right
Yeah,
now.
she's gonna
to
get
But
an
I've never
email
won
account.
anything.
award winner.
Jail
Yeah.
visitor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
What was
jail
the-
regular?
What was the reaction the first time you won the Best of Toledo? You show up at work the next day. What was the reaction from your colleagues?
The sheriff was speechless.
Yeah,
Everybody was really happy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a few that are in the corner hoping you fail, but
yeah. Oh, I don't have that at my work.
I think in any
unusual.
public sector,
Yeah,
you will.
100%. Yeah.
So, but they were very supportive. I was not expecting it. I really
Yeah.
was not.
I got to believe in any organization, there's, when you're pushing an envelope, there's going to be folks that are like, no. This is the old school way.
Oh,
this is the
they're
way it's
angry.
done.
They were
Like,
angry.
Have those folks become converts? Do they now get what you're doing with social media and
Do you keep
see
their
the
your
value?
trophy in their office?
Or
I
are there
keep the
folks that
plaques where they can see them.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I would put magnets on my car if I could.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would say 50% of those original naysayers are on board. There's a quarter of that are not.
I mean, it's getting
That's a good
eyeballs
number.
to the page, right? I mean, if you're
It
trying to
is.
look for people, or
Talk to me about the pressure of now that you're at the top of the mount. Do you feel pressure to keep it funny? How do you stay funny?
I will. Well, I will
No,
tell
tell
you
it to write to Gretchen because she needs some.
some funny tips.
Well,
yeah.
wait,
No, but I mean, you have.
Are you saying
are-
Gretchen's at the top of the mountain?
No, she needs the tips.
Okay.
Wow.
We could really go somewhere
Yeah,
with that.
it's not that kind of show, man.
Okay.
But no, like this is. I mean, it's hard to consistently find good content and good material. Where do you,
who's second? Who's the runner-up to your award?
They were the loser. I don't know.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
kidding. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it was
Does
the
that
Metro, I think it was
mean-
Metro Parks.
No,
mother?
that can't be the case.
It was. I don't know. I know like best police officer. The runner-up was Sylvania PD, which I kind of jabbed at my mom a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, but I'll talk about that later about best police officer because that has a different meaning to me. No, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know who the runner-up
All right.
is. I
Yeah.
just wasted 20 of our seconds.
That's okay.
That's okay.
If you could just answer my goddamn question.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your question again? You're talking about tips,
yeah.
right?
Talk to me more about your boring upbringing in Springfield. Everything. No.
Please, it was
The bit of pressure. I mean, you have to keep content and keep it entertaining and funny. That's
There-
not easy to do.
So there's Bath Township in Michigan. They are hysterical.
Okay.
Homer, Alaska. I take inspiration from what they're doing.
Yeah, cool.
There's an author and retired lieutenant from Bangor, Maine, Tim
Yeah.
Cotton. Love his writings.
All right.
And
He writes about what?
everything every day. And he'll just throw it on the Bangor, Maine Police Department page.
Okay.
And they have the Duck of Justice, so people come and
love
get
this.
their picture taken.
Oh my god!
I was going to do the Squirrel of Justice.
I
we have a
love
lot
it.
of squirrels.
Yeah. we would love to partner with you with the
You
Metro
could- the
Parks.
Metro
We've got
Parks
the
has-
squirrels. We have Squirrel
You
Appreciation
guys
Day.
have a mud hen?
Yeah.
By any chance?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do a mud hen in a case and have the mud hen of something, Justice or mud
Yeah.
hen
But
of
the Squirrel
I
of
know a
Justice-
group that has a mud hen.
be nice. Oh, you mean
Yeah.
those
yeah.
people?
So not a detective.
I worked there for 12 years.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm very familiar with that group.
You worked with the Mud Hens for 12 years?
I did their security.
Really?
No. Yeah, that's how I know Kevin.
So that's so this is when Gretchen introduced you. I'm like, I don't know that you and I have ever met, but I didn't connect the dots that you're the same.
Yeah.
So confused. Hang on
So-
a second.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, that's my probation officer. The timing of this is
Is her name Judy? She looks like she makes cocoa.
Are we still recording?
The landlord.
Who is that?
why the fuck would I know? I know as much about this building as you two idiots. Okay. What's your social security number? What do you think your best mattress are?
What's your credit
Do you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
852. No.
That doesn't surprise me. I didn't really want to.
No.
Yeah. I also
My
didn't
aunt worked at Social Security, and
Yeah.
I got an easy Social Security number.
Yeah.
like 1111. Swear to God.
Yeah, is that good?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's 1111
first
110000.
I think you should stop telling people your social security number.
Sorry.
Yeah, what is it again? What's your mom's maiden name?
What was your high school mascot? Oh, no, we already know that.
Yes.
The Springfield
devil.
Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, Devil.
The Lions?
Yeah.
What
Who
the
is a lion?
hell? Who hurt you?
It's a lion.
I don't know. I don't know that is there a lion anywhere in
I
Northwest
don't
Ohio?
think so. Is there?
Detroit.
I just want you guys to know I'm not thinking about this. if you thought the pause, I think you guys are thinking.
What have you had any social media posts that just
Failed?
did not go
Yeah.
well?
Yes,
yeah.
I did one about a wanted lady. And see, here's the thing. This has always been an experiment in culture.
They'll turn
And
on you in a heartbeat.
They are a fickle group
They
of
are a
people.
fickle
They being
group.
social media ether.
Yes. Karen and Ashland.
So
they
what did
dislike
the
you.
Karens have a problem with this post for?
Actually named Karen?
Her name's Karen Emery. And so,
This is a real person.
yes,
I love
she's
it.
just horrible. Just
Yeah.
every day.
Do you know
What if
Knights
she's-
97?
She's yeah, that's right. Other known as Knights 97.
So I did there was a wanted thing from Perrysburg Township. Perrysburg Township actually loves our social media, so they were utilizing us, and I threw a wanted poster, and I'm like, this lady looks like the grandmother from the Croods. Like she did. She
Yeah.
legit, and people lost their minds. And I saw why they did.
Because they're fans of the Croods?
Yeah, what was the objection?
was
No, they were just upset because I was making fun of
How
the
she
person's
looks.
Oh, I
appearance.
see.
And I'm thinking,
Okay.
okay, so we were okay with me talking about somebody's eyebrows. And we were okay talking about a group of juveniles running into not Kohl's. It was the other, what's the makeup place, Gretchen?
Sephora.
Sephora.
Dave and Buster's.
Yes, and just
That's where
Dave
Gretchen gets her makeup.
Busters.
I do.
This Kool-Aid works wonders. So they were okay with that, and then it just
Yeah.
kind of went. And I learned a lesson from it, and I apologized to people publicly. I thought, okay, this is not the direction. And then when I started looking at some other social medias, I mean, do we really necessarily have to put the wanted poster up? Because I then started talking to other people, and they're like, listen, this person's mom works here. She's hearing all about it. People are giving her grief, and you don't understand the backstory why
Sure.
that guy ran in that store and stole that. And of course, it leads back to addiction.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't want to make excuses for addiction. I worked with heroin
Yeah.
for a long time, and everybody has accountability, but I learned to kind of get away from that. So
I remember early in my career, I was working at Fox Toledo, and I went out and covered a story, and there was a just tragic accident.
Yeah, I remember this.
That
You saying this.
I covered, but you get in this work mode
Oh.
where you don't think about the people, right?
Right.
You don't think about the person through the viewfinder as a human being with a family, with kids, with parents.
Right.
And I got to imagine that, in your work, it probably would be pretty easy to forget about
it is.
the family and the other connections.
Yeah, that they're real people.
And also 75% of the rest of the people who don't have empathy will be like, fuck them.
right.
Well, and you got to take a step back, at least from a social media standpoint, and remember that there's a much broader audience out there listening to
And
this.
human beings.
And I can't expect them to think the way I'm thinking. And there's also
Thank God.
cop thinking.
right. Yeah.
So, I don't want them to think that we're very uncaring people. We've already got a bad narrative or a stigma out there. So I
Right.
don't want to perpetuate that at all.
You were like secret as a social media manager for the sheriff's office for a while.
I was.
When it started to get funny, people were like, "Who is
They
this
demand-
There
person
were calls
behind?"
to know. Like, for people that don't know, if you don't follow the page, that's exactly right, Kevin. It's like you were doing it anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like sharing the page. Have you guys checked this out? This is hilarious. Follow this page. Who is it? Who is it? And then what was the ultimate decision, or how did the decision come that you were going to reveal who you were?
It was when we won the award.
Yeah.
Nobody knew until then. So there were gasps.
We
in the-
guessed. I mean, people
Really?
guessed. Yeah.
Wow.
We thought it was you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So when I went to get the initial award the first time, that's when people gasped in the room. They were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's Bobby. We all know Bobby." And I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yep,
Yeah.
it's me.
I'm like, which person in here is Dave from Mommy? Because he's going to come up and hit me. So but overall, we started with I don't know, just under 7,000 people, and we're steadily up there around 42,000.
That's crazy. That's
cool.
That's a big page. Yeah.
It's a fun page.
Yeah.
What's the added responsibility of when you send a message out? I mean, you're talking to 43,000 people.
I try,
and really with social media reach, I mean, it's more than that. But.
and I'm experimenting with it as well. Like I do like a Saturday blog with Capt and Chromik. I throw a recipe out there from the whole grandma's recipe little tin. I try to put at least a proactive, positive message, something that ties into current events and law enforcement. Obviously, we have a big tragedy going on right now here in Lucas County overall. And so I thought the elephant in the room is everybody's acting like digital mobsters right now.
Yeah.
And everybody's trying to put themselves on a platform or
blame someone.
The blame game is horrific.
Absolutely.
It's getting nothing accomplished. And again, nobody is thinking about the family members or the victim's dignity.
No kidding.
And it's going in so many different directions. Everybody needs to take a breath and take a step back.
Prior to this show, we record 2 shows back to back, right? So we talked a little bit about COVID, and one of the things, not to be defeatist here, but one of the things in the aftermath to some degree of COVID is like, what did we learn from this?
It didn't exist.
Everyone was angry, and as opposed to having this be something that the whole globe experienced together, right, which is unique, we just allowed it to divide us more. So now all we have from that is loss, right? So here we are again with something that is just absolutely heartbreaking in every fathom of thinking.
Everybody
and we're
becomes
using
an
it
expert,
again to just excoriate or blame someone else, as opposed to a community saying, we all failed here. This is a larger problem. Someone did this and they're to blame. And regrettably, if there's somebody who is in charge and there's a negligence based on the letter of the law, then they unfortunately should be punished as well. But other than that, what is to be learned from this? How do we save the next person, right? And if we're wasting our time saying, who screwed up is blah, blah, blah,
it
blah,
just
blah.
becomes this gross voyeurism, of like looking in at this family and judging them and judging what happened and trying to say that this person was wrong. Whatever the case.
Or the relief that, it was on... it was in a part of town. I don't live anywhere near there.
Right.
Like this is a kid in
it's
your
those
community.
people.
That's right.
It's those people.
This is a
There's
kid
an
in your
implicit
community.
That's right.
bias
It becomes
there
judgmental,
yeah.
right?
Well, it's very...
Yeah.
But for you, working in the jail, we talked about it earlier that, it's not those people to you, right? It's all
No,
Lucas
these
County.
it's hard to, until you've walked in those shoes, and I'm not talking about jail shoes. I'm talking, or officer shoes. I'm talking about just standard shoes in the community where you're you're from a marginalized community or, you've seen it firsthand because maybe as a police officer, I've had to stand out there and watch people yell at each other over just simple differences, whether it's who they love or what they believe in, and people are losing their minds. So one of the things that really resonates is one of my officers posted on Facebook how she's so concerned about the accused coming from Columbus to our jail and how is she going to react and what's she going to do. And people tend to forget that our officers are in charge of that person's safety.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that guilty or not guilty, they get to court in a neutral way, that due process works itself out, and it is what it is. And I told him, just do your job.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about what they're there for, because more than likely he'll be in a medical unit. He'll be separated from everybody because now everybody's related to the victim. We're finding that there's more and more people that are saying, hey, if this person comes here, you don't want him near me.
Yeah.
So we've got to take those precautions too.
And it's important to remember that every single person at the Lucas County Jail is not guilty.
Correct.
Every person at the Lucas County Jail is held pre-trial. That is not a sentence-based facility. That people go other places for that. And so it's, those kinds of things are important to me, certainly due process and the treatment of people that
not just you.
may end up
See how she's like,
It's all
may
about
end
stretching.
up being
righteous.
not guilty.
She saunters the floors.
It's important to me.
Look I'm here.
Unlike these other 2 jerks.
I just go in there to get marriage proposals. That's the only reason that I go in there.
I love that.
I will say it's hard to think of the jail in that way,
Yeah.
that everybody in the jail is innocent.
We are
Because
under
they
a
haven't
federal,
been proven guilty yet.
Well,
Yes.
we're under the longest running federal court order in the United States for our population management.
What does
And
that mean?
So back in the 1970s, Wittenberg versus Jones, we're getting into some legal
Yeah,
stuff.
I love
Gretchen's
it.
getting excited now.
Yeah.
So that
She's about to adjust your microphone.
right, exactly. Speaking of the tip, so I don't. Here we go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Here we go. Like we're prompting it. Yeah.
Nothing turns Gretchen
I
on
am
more than
so
Wittenberg
sorry.
and
My mom's
Jones.
probably listening.
She
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
She knows about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, hello. So Wittenberg versus Jones. So it basically managed our population. It was a lawsuit filed against the county. And ever since then, the law clerk that worked on that case, Tim Doyle, he continues to visit every other week to make sure our population's managed. He's very invested.
Population management means what?
So at one point we were in the 500s in that jail.
Okay.
Right now we're down to like 280, 290.
What's the number? What's the cap, if that's the right way to ask?
So the cap is 410.
Okay.
So that is it. But there's a lot of criminal justice initiatives that are deflecting people from custody, electronic monitoring. They're looking at they're really looking at the background of the person. So some people are walking in the door and they're walking out with either an EMU bracelet or they're just walking out and they're just responsible enough to come back to court. And then there's other people that forget conveniently.
And then they end up on your social media page.
And
Then they come back.
Well, it's hard to
back
remember.
jail.
Yep.
Yeah.
People are busy.
People are busy.
But it's not
Yeah.
a bad thing, but it's also, I mean, the jail is an old place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Right. That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about that if we can. I know it's a thorny issue, but do you think you will be working in a new jail before you retire?
That has been Sheriff Navarre's goal since the day he walked in the door. He's dedicated to that. He was dedicated to two things. He was dedicated to
Social media page.
the social media page and
Making
promoting
you a lieutenant.
from lieutenant
Again.
to captain to ultimate godlike figure in
Right,
Lucas County.
obviously.
Is that the next up from captain?
It's got Chromik.
Well, right now I'm acting major, so I'm in charge of the jail.
Now he's just giving himself
Well,
a
no,
promotion.
right.
That's
Yeah.
that's two promotions in
I know,
under
right?
an
Here
hour.
we
Acting like
go.
a major is right.
So my boss is actually working on a plan to train our staff
Yeah.
to go into the new facility.
Okay.
So that's going to take years. So, and I don't mind
The
getting
training will
his
take
paycheck.
years?
Yes.
Or
it's actually going on right now.
Oh, wow.
We've already probably trained close to 80, 90 officers in our
Wow.
building.
What is that? Talk to me
So-
about the difference in what you're doing now and what what training do you need for that new facility?
Okay. So right now it's basically they lock them up and they're doing rounds every 30 minutes and then they pull them out like when Gretchen shows up because they want to meet with their attorney. It's not as involved. And then the new, so our philosophy now is effective inmate behavior management. So we're strategically training our officers to be in the center of the room with them and manage the population effectively. They shouldn't depend on a counselor or a nurse or anyone to get what they need. That officer is like the center of the universe for them. And so you need good communication
Yeah.
skills. You need to be aware of policy and procedure. And basically you're going to be a direct supervision type area in the new jail.
Sort of two, I guess, logistic questions. One,
Is there a warranty? I don't know.
how many? You mentioned the number of people. How many people does it take to run the jail effectively?
Currently, right now, by shift, anywhere between 32 and 37 people, somewhere in there.
Okay. And can you talk to me a little bit about? I know there's multiple roles, but what does a shift mean for a standard officer?
12-hour shifts.
Okay.
So they
and you were
work
doing what to what in that?
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and they are literally assigned to a floor to
Okay.
a module, and it can range from 36 inmates up to 26. It can drop down to our mental health unit, which is about 24.
Okay.
There's only 3 direct supervisions, so they're actually in the room with them.
Okay.
So
And how do you train yourself, or what does the training look like? Again, I don't know how to ask this, so bear with me fumbling through it. But how do you stay aware, or how do you stay focused for that amount of time? Not necessarily tricks. I don't mean to sound dismissive, but I mean staying on point with something that it can be relatively volatile at any moment. And maybe that's inaccurate, so please correct me. But how do you stay focused for a 12-hour period in this scenario?
I think they go into a certain work mode when they
Okay.
come in. So, and we're also dealing with a very long-term culture that we're trying to change. It has not always been the friendliest of places. customer service. I'm a big customer service fan, so I tell people all the time, when you get a professional visitor like Gretchen,
Right.
be kind, be courteous, help them out, answer questions. I think when they're working up there, I think you enter maybe in the 5th year. They say that's the year where you start taking things for granted and you're not as aware and you're not as cautious. And it takes certain incidents to occur in the jail, and you're like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to be a little more on my game.
Okay.
And we just had that happen the other day. So.
Yeah.
It just happened. Remember, it just happened to me.
Did it?
Where my client attacked me. Do you remember that?
No.
Yikes.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I am. Okay. I am fine, but it
I didn't
hadn't
get that
happened. It
report.
hasn't happened
Yeah.
in 20
Are
years.
you okay?
And
No, but
it was like
Snapped on you?
instantaneous. Like 15
First of all,
people
I didn't.
came
You never
running.
told me this either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, they were, in terms of, but that, again, just talking about me only, as I love to do, as Matt says. But it only,
The show's
it
sole
hasn't
purpose.
happened in 20 years. But the second it happened, there were people there that were there to help.
But I think that, to your point, though, I mean, no matter what your surroundings are, you do become lax or comfortable in them, right?
Sure. You
Because
do.
it's your everyday,
You
right?
do.
That's
It's
unavoidable.
concerning. It gets concerning for me as a command officer
Yeah.
because I want them to come in and have a good time, but I don't want them to do it at somebody's
Understood.
expense. But I want them to also be safe, and I want them
Right.
just to do their job.
You're not manning a ride at Cedar Point, right? So
Correct.
your margin of error is nil.
It is. I think probably the most volatile area that we have there is booking.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
I-
And
Why
people
on
are
earth?
constantly
That's my
bringing
thing.
people
So-
in.
Yeah.
Police can be bringing people into booking at any time, day or night.
Correct. It's a 24-hour operation. At least and the jail kind of shuts down during a certain period over the evening. So the officers have a quiet time, I guess you would call it. They still are checking on people every
Sure.
30 minutes. But booking is going 24/7. That was my forte. That's where I worked for a very long time.
I think I
love it.
experienced a booking
You did?
Did you?
opportunity.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
By choice?
No. Nope, I did get a ride there.
Oh, wow, that's
yeah.
fantastic.
And it was relatively early in the morning.
Yeah.
So,
He was
And-
in a tank.
yeah.
You were.
A certain
Yes,
kind.
not
Did I
in
book
this
you?
state.
No, not in
Yeah,
this state.
yeah.
But
Okay.
that's one of the innovations that they want to make, that Navarre and commissioners and others want to make, is about booking, right? And so can you
Yes.
talk a little bit about that, like how that would potentially change where officers could bring people?
So, well, the whole concept's going to change to the intake process. So there are unnecessary stressors in any lockup area. Well, I should call it booking.
Stressors on the customers or the
We'll call them the customers.
Sure.
The people in custody. So
Those
you
filling
know,
out the Yelp reviews.
well, we haven't had a bad Yelp review yet, which is weird.
That is weird.
Somebody actually complimented our booking. I posted that
welcome.
on our social media.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
So, you're hauled into an area where you don't know anybody. There's all these unknowns going on around you. You cannot use your hands because you're handcuffed.
I remember.
People are throwing 100 different questions
Yeah.
at you. You got a nurse now coming in, which we recently started. So the nurse is asking you questions. Your privacy sometimes is a little bit limited, depending on your arresting officer. They could be a really nice person, or they could just be grumpy.
Matter of
McGrumpers.
fact,
Well, they're just grumpy. And so, and then you get up to a booking counter, and then you got somebody reaching in your pockets. You have no control.
Yeah.
And then they haul you off into another area, and you're taking your clothes off because you got to
Yeah.
put in a jumpsuit, and you've never been naked in front of whoever. Then you don't even know this person.
Right.
So people don't do that normally?
Well,
Yeah.
we had somebody actually drive through a DUI checkpoint one time without their clothes on.
What?
Yeah, but that's a whole different.
I mean, if I was going to drive through a DUI checkpoint, being naked during it would probably be
It
the
was
reason
a couple,
to drive.
so
Oh.
they like to do strange things. So
Yeah. Strange. Strange is your word.
Well, I guess
Your word.
So, so
Sounds like a major judgment to me.
Well, do as you must.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, well said.
So with the new concept of booking, you'll be dropped off. Your arresting officer won't be coming in with you. You're going to sit in an open air stadium type seating. You'll be separated, boys versus girls. And then
it's a
there's
fight to the death
TV.
right there?
Yes, well, it's gladiator. So no, but basically you're going to sit there till the officer has got all your paperwork together, and we're talking about the booking officer.
Sure.
And then that's going to kind of be your concierge in a way. They're going to bring you up. They're going to process you. and that'll be your officer through the whole thing. So they'll take your picture, do your fingerprints.
Yeah.
It's not going to be separate people. And at some point, a determination is going to be made whether you're going to stay or you're going to go.
Yeah.
So we're not even going to put you in a jumpsuit right away. You're going to sit there, and
Stay, right.
pretrial services who work for the court and do assessments, they're going to make that determination, and then we may walk you out the door.
And there's
or-
people that could be eligible for sort of this cooling off thing.
Correct.
We traditionally call it drunk tank. So maybe people that
Yeah.
are arrested just need to sober up and they'll be
Opening
let
day
out.
people.
Yeah. So there'll be other opportunities to not have to take everybody in.
I think
in
it's
theory.
the amount of dignity which people deserve, right? Or at least you want to provide that, because when they then break the dignity you've provided, then you know
Correct.
who you're dealing with.
Right.
Yeah.
But this, first of all, congratulations to you, and I'm sure a team or a list of people that looked at like this can be different, right? Because you can always just do what you've done.
There are people that want to make a huge change for
Yeah.
the better. I think our community deserves that. We're already seeing it with our criminal justice coordinating council, just kind of getting deflection programs put in, but it could be a good thing.
Sure.
I mean,
But not everybody's on board with it, right? Not everybody is believing that the folks that are being taken to the jail deserve that
Sure.
dignity.
no, and I think those are people that have either never dealt with somebody that's been in this situation.
Sure.
I'm not making excuses for people. I understand that there are some people that need to be down there. There are some people that, when they are found guilty, probably need to go away. They should not be around any of us. But people have a propensity to change. I have seen people that have, I shouldn't use the word robbed, but they've consistently committed theft, or, and I'm talking about people that are, they've got the disease of addiction.
Yeah.
And they're out there doing this. But I have good friends. They were felons, and
Yeah.
they have changed their lives
Sure.
for the better and are doing more for the community than I've seen some people in the public sector do.
Sure.
And their voices and they really bring it home for people, because that could be your son, your daughter,
Sure.
your mom, your dad.
Look, I mean, I wasn't dismissive of my experience. I was not framed, and I wasn't innocent.
Okay,
But
that's a first.
and I'm not proud of it. But I was treated fairly, and I certainly saw the challenges of a system, right? But those who were treating people fairly or with dignity, it did have an effect, right? And I can't imagine the amount of energy it takes to get up and do it every day, or a 12-hour shift, right?
Right.
That's a lot. And to Kevin's point earlier, it's not like there's a day off and all of a sudden like a bunch of kids in their Halloween costumes are rolling through, right? So
Right. Yeah.
it's a career. It is a calling. The individual that was here prior to you was way better.
Okay.
But
I'm not getting invited back.
but they
Well,
describe.
there's a calling from someone who's godlike, and there's a calling from actual God. And so,
right.
But I mean,
you
but
know.
this is a calling, right? And your family has a calling to serve a community.
I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
My dad pulled me aside and he said, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?" He
Yeah.
said, "Because do you understand? Because there's a culture in law enforcement
Yeah.
and corrections.
Yes.
And sometimes it can be like any other job. There's the rumor mill and the gossip, and they will test you, and they will get involved in your personal life, and they will make it their issue. And I might be speaking from a little bit of experience of people doing that to me, but it can also make you a better person.
Yeah.
And it can make you look at things a little
Did he ask you
differently.
that because, and we can edit this out, but you're kind, you're sweet. Did he not want to subject you to a tough? Why did he ask? Are you sure this is when do you think was it?
I think my dad was worried that I was just going to turn into some horrible person,
Yeah.
or he didn't want me to think like he did.
Yeah.
He saw the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
He did homicides. He had to deal with crimes against children. So
It's easy to be hardened in the system, for
Yeah.
sure.
it is.
I mean, that's
but
what generated my question.
I'll be honest with you. I lost myself until I think I went down that road, that rabbit hole, till
Sure.
probably 2017.
Okay.
And that's when I got they handed me Dart and said, "Run with it, make it your own." And I made it what it could have been. I mean, it made Netflix level well, I was on Netflix, so that was fun with.
Explain to everyone what DART is.
So that's an intervention group that's made up of law enforcement that interceded with people. Well, we had the heroin crisis going on, so
Thank God we solved that.
we could have done a lot more.
We could have done a lot more for you all fighting the fight. Is my point.
I walked away from it.
Yeah.
But for good reason. But it was already in good hands outside of DART with like Matt Bell and Josh Dressel and all those guys. So, you know, we were just linking them to treatment.
Yeah.
And then they became the cheerleaders. And we kind of got sucked into it. And I never thought in a million years, and my dad would never, ever understand it. I mean, he would never have gone with this, that I would be sitting in a room full of people that have committed crime. And I get emotional because somebody has relapsed or they've gone in a different direction. And what a lot of people don't know is my team and I invested a lot of time, and I'm a workaholic. So I'll just put that out there. I'm 24/7. I'm always doing social media.
I thought you were going to say I'm 24 years old.
Well,
I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, I wish I was, because I'd be doing a lot more. But but I was up at 5 a.m. and I wouldn't get home till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I went to more funerals than probably any cop has ever gone to, because we were losing people left and right.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about, hey, we lost one here or there. We lost sisters.
Yeah, that's right.
Whose children are now being raised by their mother. So grandparents have now become parents again. And I'm getting on my huge soapbox. But that's where everything changed for me.
Yeah.
And so when you see these people become successful and you understand how addiction truly works, and not just from 1980s Reagan era politics, and the profound effect. See, again, it goes outside of that addict. It impacts their job, their neighbors.
Yes.
And the worst part is their family and their kids. And I wasn't willing to sacrifice that. So I was literally sacrificing my own family. They were at home. And I'm out running around the neighborhoods of trying to save people who nobody in this area wanted saved.
That's right.
And now I can look back, and I won't take credit for what they did. All I will do is smile, knowing that I had some little influence
getting it going
with my team
to
push them in the right direction.
That was a powerful subset of Lucas County Sheriff's Department at that time.
It was.
During that time. I mean, you were out in the community, you were going to hospitals, you were responding to scenes,
they let
you were
us in the
direct,
hospitals.
right? I mean,
I didn't take
it was
no
a
for an
truly
answer.
very impactful intervention program at that time.
And then it got political.
Yeah.
And then I said,
And
we're
it
not
cost
doing
money,
that.
and then all that.
It did. And,
Yeah.
and here's my thing. I consider myself, a very bipartisan team player. So I was working with judges on both sides of the fence. And they were, and everybody had different viewpoints. But you can't allow one group to come in and learn about DART and not someone else.
Sure.
We were bipartisan, and so that for me just was a turn off.
Yeah.
And I had to walk away from that, and I knew walking away, I knew what the cause and effect of that was. And I was feeding off the notoriety too, because that's what kept me going. That's what kept Matt Bell going. We were just trying to get out there and get the word out, and it was a culture shock. I went back, and they literally were like, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I'll take booking." And so I went and revamped DART, made it successful. Then I went to booking and reimagined that and got them in compliance. And then they sent me to training when Sheriff Navarre got there, and I revamped that. And now they handed me the jail, and I'm trying to revamp that.
Is your house a mess? Tell me, what is that when you go home and just like, I'm going to trash this in my
No,
shop?
he's famous for doing his Sunday meal prep. So one of the things he does is an extensive meal prep every Sunday for his meals for the week. So he's that kind of psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Talk to me about meal prep.
Depends on the meals of the week. So like this week, I just did straight ground beef hamburger patties.
Okay.
So
You start at 5 a.m.
Start at
The
5
menu's
a.m.
already made. You know what you're doing. You've already
Yep.
done your shopping.
Yep.
Me, you have some extensive experience in the shopping business.
Yes, yeah, I know where to go in Meyer and Kroger.
Yeah.
To get
So
the
right.
you
best
start at 5
produce.
a.m. and you make 3 meals.
Five for the whole week,
Okay.
and then I have to cook dinner on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
So are you wildly organized? Does everything have its place at home?
does.
Yeah.
What
The
level of
bookshelf is,
OCD
like,
have you
color
been diagnosed with?
coordinated or
What level of OCD do you have?
Lieutenant level.
Yeah.
Lieutenant level, but
That's
not
pretty high
captain
up.
level.
Yeah.
and certainly not acting major level.
No.
No. Thankfully, they gave me an
AMOCD.
administrative assistant, so she kind of keeps everything in check for me.
She's become a real drinker.
She has.
Yes.
She has.
Yeah.
Speaking of home life, what do you do at home? After these long shifts, and what do you do to get away? What do you binge watch? I know
What's
you
your favorite
guys
cop
have a
show?
pool, so
I
you
hate
do
cop
that in the
shows.
summer.
My man,
Oh,
I get it.
see, I've been obsessing about Law and Order lately.
See,
Yeah.
here's
the
the
new one.
thing: when you do the work, I just don't want to see the work.
100%.
Yeah.
So
This is a poor comparison, admittedly, but when a lot of people are like, oh, you much like restaurant or bar shows. It's like, no, they create so much anxiety for me.
Oh.
I can't stomach one moment of them.
Right. Yeah.
So I can understand not wanting to plug in.
Right.
Yeah.
But you do love Parks and Rec.
I know. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't love it. Yeah, certainly. I mean, I feign interest in it
Right.
because others do. But what is your binge show?
My binge show right now, well, we just rewatched Game of Thrones for the third time.
Yeah.
Because I hope it would end differently, just like the Titanic. I just hope
Yeah.
that, everything will be okay in the end.
At some point, Rose will make room
Right.
on the
Right. Just move over a little.
Yeah, sure.
Stop being so selfish.
Yeah, well, that's not how they
He
are.
didn't have that much
I
to offer.
know.
Yeah, that's not how they are.
they?
Yeah.
So right now, we're now binging 1923, the second season.
Oh, all right.
Have
We're
you
like-
watched all of those Sheridan shows?
I have.
Have you watched Landman? Because I think you
I
would
love
like that.
La- I
That
love
was so
Landman.
good.
That one
I don't know
liked.
what any of these are.
They're
So
the best
what's his
shows
name?
ever.
If you
What's
pulled a
Sheridan's first name?
Billy
Tyler.
Balfour. Oh, I'm sorry.
Tyler.
Sheridan
Taylor?
Taylor Sheridan. He
Taylor
does
Sheridan?
1923.
Yes,
He
Taylor.
did the
It's two
Yellowstone.
names.
He
Taylor
did. He has a new show, Landman, and then
Yeah.
there's something else. Anyway, they're just like
It's like,
soap operas, basically.
yeah.
But they're really good.
But they're really good. What's the one about the military with Zoe?
Oh, yeah, Saldana. That's my
Columbiana.
mom's favorite.
Lioness.
Lioness.
That's very good.
That reminds me of my high school mascot was the lioness.
That's
well,
sweet.
let's go. We're back to the lion.
Yeah.
That's why I said it.
So
Jesus Christ, it's hard to drag you guys along on this show.
I'm curious, so back on the social media front, professionally, what does succession planning look like for the social media account for the sheriff's office? And then for
Are you going to
somebody,
be able to hand it off?
yeah, I was
It's
gonna say,
hard.
I bet. Yeah, for sure. You created
How many
this.
years do you have in?
I have 27 and a half.
Oh, man. Good for you.
So
Thank
in,
you.
so in 2.5 years, right? Is it 30?
It'll be 30, yeah.
Can you retire at 30?
Kevin's in
I don't
charge of the
plan-
math.
I can, but I don't plan on retiring.
Okay.
There are other plans in the works.
Yeah, okay.
Have you, if somebody else is saying, hey, I want to grow my social media following for my business, for my nonprofit, for my own, personal social network, you've obviously, you did not go to school to learn how to run a social media account.
No.
But you've learned trial by fire. What are some of the lessons that you've learned that somebody who's trying to figure this out, you'd go, here's how you find your lane, and maybe here's how you find the guardrails? Because you've bumped into a few of them.
I have, I would say be authentic. That's probably the most important thing. I think people are over the hypersensitivity. I think you have to do it within reason. You just can't go out and attack people. Or if you're running a business, do what's fun for the business to draw people in. Again, it's cultural with the sheriff's office. So we've got so many different people in the community following it that, some people like that we do dogs and cats and pets on Sundays, and some people like the blog on Saturdays. And,
Cool.
and tomorrow's April Fool's, so of course,
Oh, Gretchen's getting arrested
Well-
tomorrow.
this generated one of the biggest complaints I ever got. So I'm going to repost it again tomorrow, just because it will
tweak it, yeah.
Well, it's just to irritate the lady that lives in South Carolina that felt the need to call all the way up here and complain.
Yeah.
Well, they can be annoying. South Carolina.
Women?
They only have. I think they only have one Buc-ee's there, so who cares?
That's
what they,
hilarious.
That's a one Bucky town.
Yeah.
It's I honestly I've had people pull me in and take me to lunch and sit me down and say, how do you do this? And I'm like, well, this is just what I've done.
Yeah.
And you literally have to gauge where your audience is going.
Sure.
And it's hard. There's some days things flop. I mean, I
Yes.
put the weather alert out yesterday, and that was more popular than our officers going bowling with
100%.
kids that have some disabilities.
Well,
And
people
I'm
don't
like,
like kids.
Yeah.
people
so-
love drama.
It's so frustrating when you set expectations, especially on social media, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
this post, I mean, like for me with my work with my clients, like, oh, this post is going to
gonna
do,
go- it's
and it's the
gonna go
one
viral.
that I need to do well.
And it doesn't do
And then
anything.
it
Because
you're
doesn't.
trying
And then
too
you,
hard.
and then you post this stupid thing that it's like,
Right.
I don't give a shit about
100%.
this. And then it just blows up.
I didn't expect like what I wrote on Saturday, which was pretty serious. Like it was probably one of the most serious things I had written. I didn't expect that to just kind of go in the direction it did. I just thought people are going to be like, oh, he's just complaining. But people took it to heart. I had people reach out that political people and some radio personalities reached out and were like, hey, that what you wrote really resonates with
Yeah.
us. So we had,
But don't discount the fact that you've built that, right? I mean, certainly there's one-off things or things that go viral because it's a squirrel riding.
I've
it.
been
but,
told-
but you made this. So
I had help. I mean, I walk around and I ask my staff, what do you think?
Yeah.
Or I listen to people that I'm around and they're like, hey, that's a great idea. So
I've got
there's,
this. I have to surround myself with better people.
right.
I just
I've had,
Did you
I've
find
had,
that's hard for you, Matt?
I've had
once a
inmates
month,
tell
every
me
Monday.
too,
Yeah.
like what I should be posting.
Yeah, sure.
And then I've posted the stuff that they've created in our building.
Yeah.
Because their loved ones are talking to them and they're like, the captain posted, your paper mache Christmas tree you made. And we had one of the biggest handmade Christmas trees I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that, but it's not what you think it is, that jail.
yeah.
But I enjoy the social media, and to hand it off, I don't know what I'm going to do. People tell me that if the future works out the way it should, I should continue to do it. So we'll see, because again, workaholic. So
I love it.
Well, you've done an incredible job. I will
man, it's
say,
so nice to meet you.
nice
I will
meeting
say
you too.
when I shared on a screenshot or a post that you had put out from the sheriff's office promoting the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And
It was so nice.
I've had the privilege of doing a handful of high profile things in the community, and that is the most excited and the most legitimately. I've told my kids I am now officially famous
Exactly.
because I just got posted and in a positive way.
And his
Well,
kid said, "Who are you?"
And I was excited because, I hadn't seen you in forever. And so he was at Mud Hens all the time. So that was the voice of the Mud Hens. And, I'm chasing people around the field. And we have many stories we could
Sure.
hash. But, it's a good time.
Thank
Well,
you for being here.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
kidding.
it.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Huge thanks to Captain
Captain.
Bobby Chromik from the Lucas County Sheriff's Office for being our guest. And thanks to our sponsors, WorkSpring and Wetro Wealth Management, for their support of the podcast. We need to find somebody from another letter at some point. We got the W's locked. We got 25 other options. But thank you for listening. For Gretchen DeBacker, Matt Killam, I am Kevin Mullen. This is the 419. When you work with Wetro Wealth Management, you can count on the Wetro Service Standard. The Wetro Service Standard is a commitment to their clients. As your chosen financial advisor, their team is committed to going above and beyond, customizing a plan that achieves your goals. They promise to provide you with the knowledge, communication, and resources necessary to make the best decisions for your financial future, all while providing you the outstanding personal customer care you've come to expect from Wetro Advisors. They're here to help you on your journey. Learn more, visit WetroAdvisors.com. Affiliated with Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. 100 East 6 Forks Road, Suite 200, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27609. 919-831-2370.